Mate, Riga's it's a great city. It's I know they've had a very low sort of infection and death rate with COVID. So things are pretty much normal here. I mean, obviously it's a little bit quieter, I'm told, with tourists and stuff like that. But I mean, obviously, listen, we're here sort of on the job, but we're getting to see the city a little bit. And honestly, it's a lovely city. I got told before I come that it was, but no, really enjoying it here. We're in a good hotel, nice gym and that here. The Celtic team was stopping here. They're actually playing now. So I thought, it'd be great. I'll go and watch the Celtic game.
You forgot.
But that can't happen. It's not allowed. But I just presumed it would, because on Jose's fight at weekend, there's 1,000 people allowed in the venue. So I just presumed that there'd be a crowd allowed in their game, but there wasn't. So that was it. But yeah, other than that, mate, all good.
So a bit of sightseeing Riga, then you've had a bit of a walk around, I presume. There's not an awful lot for you to do now, with you just looking after Ophi now, just keeping him switched on ahead of the big fight, I suppose.
That's it. I mean, there's not too much for Ophi to do, to be honest. There's plenty of good times sort of as a team together, some good talks, good laughs and stuff. And he's one of them, Ophi, obviously. He can't be eating too much tonight, but we'll grab some food tonight. And the people, they've been great with us. So I'm really looking forward to Saturday. It's a massive night for Hosea Burton, the biggest night of his career. And, he's a very well-known fighter who is fighting over here. But I just believe, I've said it all along, if the best Hosea turns up, he wins this tournament, not just on Saturday night, he wins the tournament and he wins it well.
Botelniks, of course, he got the better of Stephen Ward, didn't he? Kind of blasted him out a little bit. But I think that Ward was really struggling at the weight, in his defence on the one. But we know that he's dangerous. But again, Burton's got great power as well, hasn't he?
He has very, very underrated punch. I've seen him many times in sparring, and every sparring partner says the same thing. But that's it. With Botelniks, he caught Stephen Ward with a great shot. And I mean, some people might say, "Oh, caught him cold," but I think the weight played a huge part, and that's not taking any credit away. Botelniks, I just do, and Stephen Ward's a great lad, but there's no denying that the weight played a big part in that. So obviously on Saturday night, there's no denying that Oath has got to be switched on from the very start. But I believe he will do it, and it sort of put a little bit of fear in Oath, and he always fights best when that happens. And that's what I believe. I believe on Saturday night, it's certainly not overlooking Botelniks, but I just believe if Ophi turns up, he wins on Saturday and he wins very well.
Yeah, Ophi's career's been an interesting one, hasn't it? In that, it must be very frustrating for him. It's been very frustrating for him because you could see the talent early on. As soon as he turned pro, he was making statements with the big hammer that he's known for. But then it's been, the Buglioni fight everyone will remember, but it's just not quite happened yet. Yet this is where it can happen for him now with this, isn't it?
It can do. It's been a real slow burner, to say the least at times. And I've said it the other day in an interview. He's lost one fight in which he was winning very clearly, other than the superhuman effort from Frank, not just to stay in the fight, but to come back. If not, he's still being undefeated in 20-odd fights. Listen, he wins on Saturday. He picks up a ranking with the WBO. Wins the final. He's right in line, for a world title shot. The belt's vacant at the minute, but it would have moved nicely up the rankings, certainly inside sort of, in the top 10, sort of top 5, 6, 7. And listen, anything can happen. Anything can happen. And I know it's like, if he wins Saturday, then if he wins the final, but so we're confident he can do that. If he turns up and performs how he can, we're very confident he wins the whole tournament. But you can't look past Botelniks. Like I say, we've talked about his power. And unless the fight goes early, we're pretty sure Botelniks will have moments in the fight. Obviously, it's in Latvia. So you'd think Ophi would have to win well, but that's what we believe can happen.